Hi, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Training Tuesday. I'm your host, Jacklyn, and let's get started. Tonight is going to be a little bit quick. I've had a fun day today with power outages, so I've been trying to catch up on some work, but we'll zip through some training here. First, I just want to show you the graded runners that I had last week since we've worked together on getting these horses prepped for these races. So Royal Saffron was one of them that raced in the Hershey's Classic, and this horse absolutely bombed. So this is on Sunday. This horse finished 16th. Um, well beaten. This one I wasn't too confident going in with, and horse ended up sort of running to those expectations. So that's that. But Rectitude, who was running on Saturday in the Champagne Mile, ran a great race and just got beat by a nose at the wire. So really happy with this horse. I think that's one of his better ratings, at least in recent times. So it was good to see this horse put on a good showing, and sort of improve off that form from last season. So um, did something right there, I guess, and the stars seemed to align for us for that race. All right, so now I'll take a quick look at the graded stake runners for this week. I have a couple that are coming up. Stark Paradox is in on the 20th, so that's tomorrow. Can't train that horse anymore because the official race has been created for that one, so we'll see how that horse runs. Conspiring Miss is entered in on Saturday in the Orchid Stakes. Now, I trained this horse yesterday, I think. Did I do? Yes. So I gave this horse a couple of workouts yesterday because she had a bunch of jogs in a row, and I really wanted to give her a decent foundation coming into this race instead of just sort of floundering in. So she had a really good showing in the Code of Ethics Oaks last year. So I'm hoping that she'll be able to run another good race here. Maple Bay is a very nice filly. um, so I think we might be hooking that horse again in this race as well. But anyways, let's take a look here. So this race is on Saturday. So it's currently Tuesday, which means we have Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So we have 3 health and energy updates between now and Saturday. Ideally, I'd like to have her form a little bit higher, but that could put us at a pretty high risk of not having enough health and energy for the race. So I think I'm going to stick with 93% form in this case. I'm going to live a little bit cautiously here. Part of me really wants to try giving this horse an average jog, but I'm also worried that it's just going to make her form like 95 or back at 93 again. So I think I'm just going to sit on her and let her run with this. Hopefully she runs well. She's had a start already this season, so if she doesn't place in the Orchid, I think I can still get some more races into her so that she can participate in um, the Queen Elizabeth, not the Queen Elizabeth, the one that's for the fillies, blanking right now. But the third jewel, the Triple Tiara series on the turf, should be a good race for her later this season if this one doesn't work out. And Protected is entered in Wednesday's stake, so that has a lot of time. I think I've already trained this horse as well. I did give him a workout, or her a workout, so she is sitting great. Her form is fantastic. She's just going to sit and rest until the race next week, and we will hope that she runs another big one like this one to land herself in the money. All right, let's go train our horses. So I'm going to go to my training preferences, switch to 2-year-olds, update, close, let the page reload, and now I'll just auto select these horses. I'm going to let all of these end up being handlies. Fun fact, if anyone's might have run into this before, yesterday I was actually trying to finally enter a couple of 2-year-olds, and when I went to do that, I was getting this error that they weren't eligible, and I was going crazy trying to figure out why they weren't eligible. Don't forget you need to name your horses. If they are unnamed, they will not be eligible to race. So that's something I need to get on my radar for this week, I think, to get these guys all named so that I can start actually racing them. Ratings still haven't really been satisfactory for me for a lot of them, so there's a couple that have been a little bit low that I've just sort of popped into some claiming races. We'll see if that gives them a little boost to wake up a little bit. Others are knocking on the door, and I think they're going to be ready anytime now to get going. Like this one here is posting a 104, so I think like a breezing or something could get this horse ready to race. Um, but they're starting to get there. And so I'm going to have to get them some names so that they can get into the entries. I'll also probably do a bit of stock later this week as well and sort of see if there's any that are not really improving, like maybe this horse here. It's a filly, but you know, if it was a colt, it'd be a great candidate for gelding. This one might be a candidate for ready mate. We'll see. And sort of go from there. But this is usually when I start to take a look like, okay, you're staying around the same workout ratings here, like 88, 88, 86, 89. Not really improving. We're not even seeing any higher or lowers. So I definitely would lean towards maybe trying Regumate or gelding with a horse like this to see if it will help improve things. And take note too that if you do that, it might take a few training sessions for it to sort of kick in and for you to see some of those results as well. Here's another one. Oh, that's a colt. We're gonna geld this one because this one looks like a good gelding candidate. So here we go. I'm just gonna go ahead and geld, and away we go. Horse is now gelding. Sort of cathartic, you know, going through and gelding some of those horses that are just not performing very well. All right, now I'm gonna go to all ages and see what we have here. So this horse here needs a handily for sure. Breezing for this one. 75% means handily. This one I might try breezing and we'll see what happens. Might end up needing a jog after that, but that's okay. This horse is recovering from a injury. That's why this horse is at 2. So we'll switch that up to 4 furlongs. This horse here will do handily. This one can do breezing. Handily here for 72%. Jog and high IR, so jog, jog. Pretty light day of training, not a whole lot of horses. And I think this is one of the things that I like about training at 2020 only. I can hop on every day and it's usually just a quick, 11 horses or so. Some days it's very heavy. There are a lot. I'm not going to lie, those do come up. But, some days like this, when I've had a really busy, stressful work day, I can just pop in, quickly train, and then I can still have a little bit of time for other things as well in the evening. So this horse definitely needs a jog. 79 is way too high. Logan's last, yeah, probably gonna need a jog. Figured there's a bit of a roll of dice with that one. Definitely need some more work with this one. Finally, we have a horse we can enter. Fast, muddy, and slow allowance. Let's see what we can find. There's fast coming up on the weekend. We'll try for the listed stake. We'll see how that goes. Marsden, I like this horse. Graded stake winner, so of course I do, even though he's 1 for 5 and hasn't hit the board in any of the other ones. Also noticing a bug there that graded stakes is showing 0 earnings. Good to know. Okay. Muddy, good, and sloppy. Let's see what we have coming up. Sloppy. Let's lose that one. Listed stake. I think that's a good race for this horse. Definitely could use a jog there. Smitten kitten. Good, slow, muddy. Muddy allowance. Only 2 options. All right. I'll enter that one. And the rest aren't ready to go. So that's about it. We've already trained our horses. This whole thing of looking at results and getting our greatest stake entries prepped, training our 2-year-olds and training the older horses has taken us less than 10 minutes. So I think that's a pretty good, quick and efficient way of getting through everything today. Thank you for joining. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out on the forums or any other method. There's a lot of ways to get in touch with me. Support tickets and email and everything else. Feel free to reach out. I'm happy to answer any questions or address them in the next video. With that, I wish you the best of luck in the races.